Hey, welcome, all my right thinkers. Thanks for tuning in to check out your boy, P Farm. Thinking right out here in my lab, but I'm back in the book. Ooh, I got a nice little double dose lesson for you today. Should be fun. Let's go. You know, I do this for fun, and I'm enjoying it. Why? Because it's doing something that somebody else can appreciate, hopefully use and benefit from. That's my goal. That's what I do it for. You. Let's go. Rightisms. 25 rules to live by. Storytelling. Story with a message. There's a message in my stories for life. I give you life lessons. You tuning in and receiving them. I appreciate you. We got a good thing going. Let's do what we do. Right thinking mission is to enlighten, inspire, educate, and motivate you, the individual, to a higher spiritual level of enlightenment. Right thinking's way of life through mental and spiritual discipline. Practice daily will help and guide you to attain your goal of reaching spiritual enlightenment, aka know thyself. My mission that all right thinkers know thyself. If you're a right thinker, your goal is to know thyself. See where we're going with this. Let's get that together. So I asked the question, do you know you? You will when I get through, but that's what I do. It's rhetorical. I couldn't get that word out of my mouth. That's the lesson to say in my life. It's rhetorical. But if you're not an answer for yourself, tune in. I got you. A person who knows not and knows not that they know not is foolish. Disregard them. A person who knows not and knows that they know not is simple, but you can teach them. That's why I do what I do. For you. Appreciate you too. Stay tuned. I got more for you. A person who knows not and believe and think that they know is dangerous, avoid them. I do. A person who knows and knows not that they know is spiritually asleep. I can awaken them. I'm your spiritual alarm clock here to wake you up with knowledge of self. That's what I do for you. A person who knows and knows that they know is wise. Follow them. All these persons reside in you. Right thinkers, know thyself and to Maya be true. Right thinkers, let's talk about the art of learning. It's called the process of yoga. It's a 3-step program, and even out of Egypt, even in religious concept, and even in India, they all say the same thing. Let's talk about this right quick. Then I'm going to take you into, how does meditation work? That should be fun. But right now, let me tell you about the process of yoga. It's a spiritual practice. According to the instructions, where from the temples of Aset out of ancient Egypt, a spiritual aspirant needs to engage in the following process of what we call spiritual practice for spiritual enlightenment, learning and understanding and implementing. Watch this. The first rule to learning is listening to the teaching. When I was a student, I was all ears. I didn't say much. Only if I had a question to ask somebody I didn't understand or comprehend to get a clarity. But other than that, I'm all ears. Why? I'm taking it in. That's how you learn. And when you do that, listen to the teachings intently, and you back that up with what? Constant studying of the teachings and self-reflecting on the teachings along with daily practicing of them in your life situation, putting it to use, so to speak. Don't just hear it, don't just understand it, but put it to use. That's what we call practicality, making sure you identify with the truth and use it to find out, do it work? When I was coming up, commercials couldn't say this and that, the third, they couldn't prove it. I never forget the 409. They're the first one. They showed you when they put this stuff on it, it started right there. It started running down, washing and cleaning. After that, the competition had to back up. They changed the laws. Now your product don't have to prove what you say it do. I got a problem with that, but that's what I just figured that out. What happened? If you say, do what it say, that's how you push it. My right thing philosophy, I'm pushing. I know it's good. I know it worked. So that's my concept. That's the analogy I use. And the last one, my favorite, meditation. I don't hear no religious people talk about meditating. A lot of praying, no meditating. Meditation is the meaning of the teaching. You meditate on what you're learning. You bring it into yourself. You take it and you think about it. You run it through. You find the do's, the don'ts, the wills, the wants, the good, the bad. All that you do in meditative state of mind. And you also communion with your higher self. All those is requirements for what? Learning thyself. That's the goal. My only goal here is to get you to know you. I don't give a damn about nothing else. Simple as that. What you do personally means nothing to me. How you do it could care less. But just get the lesson I'm giving to you. Reflect on them, and then meditate on them, and then implement them. And you ain't got to worry about me. What? You got your own thing now. That's what I'm trying to get you to do, like riding the bike. I'm going to hold the seat for a minute. Once you get going, I'm letting you loose. I'm trying to get you to master yourself. Why I got other people to take care? I don't want to hold on nobody. No, please don't think about that. I'm going to do that. All right? I ain't the stand kind. Tell them, Lou Rose, I knew what you said when you came here, but that's not what I'm on. That's not my mindset. And don't cry. Well, I told you before I got here, I ain't the stand kind. All right. Now, according to the teachings of the Jnana Yoga, or the Yoga of Wisdom out of India, they have their process of yoga, and it consists of what? The same 3 steps. But they got a name for it. What's this? The first one, listening. They call it Shravana. Means listening to the wisdom teachings, again, and having achieved the qualifications of an aspirant. We don't just teach anybody. I just here to teach anybody. But back then, you had to want it. You had to come voluntarily. They asked in the Masonic order, are you here in your own free will and accord? That means nobody coerced you, nobody bribed you, nobody threatened you, all that nonsense. Is it of your own free will and accord? Same thing with me. You come here in your own free will and accord. I ain't got nothing to do with none of that nonsense. I'm just here doing it, and it's here for you. And watch this. Their first thing is listening to the wisdom teachings, and once you have achieved qualification to be an aspirant or follow in the cult following, okay, there is what? A personal desire for you to what? Listen to the teachings. That's what you're there for, to learn from a spiritual philosopher, aka spiritual preceptor, guru, saint, sage, whatever name you want to call it, but somebody who had knowledge of what they're talking about. I'm a spiritual philosopher. There is increasing intellectual understanding when you hang out with people and listen to what they're saying and understand it and take it for yourself. Stop comparing or wondering. No, use it for yourself. As a teacher, I just give. You ain't got to teach me, tell me nothing. You can't learn. That ain't what I'm saying. But when I'm teaching for a purpose, with a purpose, to give it to you. And understanding what? Of the scriptures. We have a book called the Book of Coming Forth by Day. Y'all got a book called the Bible. Basic instructions before leaving earth. Everybody know we leaving earth. The spirit don't stay here unless it's in the body. If the body contains the spirit, it's a prison or a temple. Your choice. If the spirit is in the prison, it's going to reincarnate. Okay, it'll never get free. Once it gets the truth, know itself, it's freeing itself now, it goes home. That's the concept. But there's scripture to lay out the things that you can do. I just gave you my yacht philosophy. Now we're in the meditation concept. And understanding the meaning right there. This is part of the Bible. If you read the Bible, literally, you're a fool. If you understand it as allegorical, mythological, astrological book to teach, you can learn. Now, I agree 100%. Why? I'm getting the perspective from a different... this is how it's supposed to be. Now, I heard a whole bunch of stuff that didn't work for me. I'm getting the concept and understanding. When you understand the truth about it versus what? Untruth. I know real from unreal. My discernment is sharp. When you get the understanding real versus unreal, temporal, which is human, versus eternal, which is godly, I know the difference between all of those. I'm trying to get you to understand the difference. Why? That's what you need to know. That's the whole purpose about listening and hearing and understanding. Number 2, they call that mana nana, reflecting. Okay, it means the same thing, but they call it something else. Watch this, same thing. Reflecting what? Reflecting on those teachings. Don't know who you are. And to what? Living according to their disciplines. I tell you, I practice a spiritual philosophical spiritual discipline concepts, that principles that I stand on. And joined by what? The teachings until you're what? You gain the wisdom of what? Fully understanding the teachings by reflecting on them and implementing them in your daily life, living it, becoming it. Reflecting implies what? Discovering what the oneness behind the multiplicity of the world by now engaging in what we call intense inquiry of oneself. And you will find God into the nature of one's true self. That's where God dwells. He's hidden. You got to go in search of him. You got to find him, but not outside you, inside you. And it's all mental. Calm down, slow down. Well, I'm speeding. I feel myself going fast. Let me start slow it down. Number 3, they call it Nididit Hayasana. That means the process of reflecting will lead to a state of mind in which your mind is now, watch this, I told you before, continuously introspective. I think about what it is I do before I do it. I'm checking me. That's introspection. This term is what they call meditation. Going inside yourself. It means expansion of one's what? Consciousness, and culminating in a revelation of what? Identification with who? The absolute self. The Indians call it Brahman, the all. Same thing we do, just a different name. Same thing, exact same thing, exact same practice. And you get the exact same result. What? Self-knowledge, mastery of oneself, come one with God. That's the goal for all religious conscience anyway. Okay? The Egyptians started, y'all just took it and went different avenues, which is the same thing. I don't have a problem with that. Again, now let's talk about, that's the process of yoga. And any practice that you're doing is a yoga practice, whether you be Christian, Muslim, or Jew. Okay? So they all fall under spiritual participation. Okay. Next one is, how do meditation work? Well, I've been meditating for years. You didn't do nothing for me. Well, you've been just doing it wrong. Really, if it ain't doing nothing for you, it's something you're doing wrong. Meditation may be thought of or defined as the practice of mental exercise. Your brain is meant to work. It's meant to solve problems. It's meant to conceive, understand, and achieve. That's its function. That's what it does. This is the most unique machinery given to man. And I'm ignorant to how smart our ancients was. I thought this was the final frontier. Au contraire, mon frère. After 30 years of study, I've concluded they had the brain broken down. They figured it out a long time ago. They knew about the pineal gland, in, out, up, sideways. They had no machinery. They had no x-ray, but they know that thing like the back of their hand. I'm starting to figure it out. Dude, this is the brain. So meditation takes you to that level. They knew that a long time ago. Tap into that and you got unlimited consciousness, unlimited knowledge, unlimited abilities, even in the physical form. Use the force. Get knowledge of self. Be a better you. And your brain, meditating is the mental exercise and disciplines to what? Enable you, the meditator, to now be able to achieve what we call total control over one's mind. Specifically, why? To stop the ego in the vibration, negative vibration of the mind due to the inward thoughts, aka ego, and imaginations, etc. Consciousness refers to the awareness of being alive and having in what? An identity. That's the ego. Your identification is the ego. The ego self identifies with the self, and the spirit follows suit. So if it's following the ego self, it's going the wrong way. Meditation will teach and instruct you how to stop that. That's what I'm trying to explain to you. That's how meditation works. It is this characteristic, this concept, which separates what? Humans from what? The animals of the field. Okay? The animal kingdom. Animals cannot become aware of who they are, their existence, to ponder questions such as, who am I? God gave us that ability so that we will be superior to the animal. If we don't implement it and use it, we are no better than the animal. That's the beastly nature. We talking about man is a beast until what? He become enlightened. The first monument is the Sphinx, beast body, man head, man should become conscious of what? Knowledge of himself. Why am I here? What am I going in life? Where do I come from? All these is questions that because we have conscience, we can ask, but we have the answers. Our ancient ancestors got the answers, and they cannot write books, animals, on history or create elaborate systems of social history. Again, based on the ancestry. Why? They're animals. Consciousness was given to man, not animals. Consciousness expresses itself in 3 modes. Did you know that? They are waking, aka conscious, dream sleep, aka the astral plane, the dreamless sleep, deep sleep, that's what they call the casual plane, okay? That's where the spirit goes for eternity, okay? You get there every now and then, and just in your rest and sleep, you go over there, and you wake up feeling so good, so much, but don't have a clue why. That's why. See, we had all that figured out. They had this thing. I'm learning more than they had already figured out. I read this book about 10 years ago, and I'm seeing it from a whole different perspective now. I was learning it then. However, ordinary human life, and whoever said we only use 10, 20% of our brain, who the hell said that? How do you judge how much capacity does the brain work? They got stuff now that can brain waves. The guy said in the meditative state, you got a theta, the alpha, and the beta, different states of mind, consciousness. I just broke it down. The neurologists break it down the same way, but use a different terminology. Same thing. So I don't really give a crap about what they say. Well, I know that. Oh, you know everything? No, I know what our ancient ancestors taught, and I know that. Yeah, I know that. Okay, moving on. But to think normal is what? Ordinary human being only partially conscious. That's why we say waking up. When you become conscious, you waking up. Right now, a lot of us who know ourselves are asleep. Okay? When you are driving or walking, sometimes you lose track of the present moment. You know, you start thinking about something else, walking and chewing gum at the same time. You walking, so the walking's on natural, but now you're doing something else, so the mind is somewhere else. They call it daydreaming, wandering, right quick. That's not normal. The mind should stay focused and sharp as a tack. Most people, scatterbrains, they think about 3 or 4 or 5 different things, and they focus on that one, so they don't know what to do. They can't make a decision. They can't make a choice. That frustrates the hell out of me. Why? That's confusion within yourself. It nothing to do with nobody but you. You can't figure out what you want to do. You can't figure out what you want to eat. You can't figure out where you want to. That's ignorance and very annoying. All of a sudden, you will arrive at your destination because what? Your feet getting there, or you're driving and getting there, but you have what? You ain't conscious or aware of what you're doing on the road. So you have just traveled somewhere. We call that auto consciousness. I'm going to pass by that. I did that lesson a while ago. But your mind went into what? Automatic mode, consciousness. It functions on memory. Again, memory and imagination. That's the past and the future. Living in the now, right thinkers, we learn how to live in the now, the moment. This automatic mode of consciousness, watch this, not good. It represents a temporary withdrawal from the waking world. You don't went to sleep. Why the world? You don't went into a whole nother state of mind. Why? You driving your car or doing something and you done lost focus on what you're doing. I never forget falling asleep at the wheel. I know I'm coming up on my exit. So by the time I got to the I must have just that quick, closed my eye. I wake up, I'm at the next exit. Doing 60, 70 miles an hour. Straight away, just straight away. So that's not good. That's what I'm saying. I know people, I tell a joke. When you go sleep at the wheel 70, 80 miles an hour, you're going to wake up dead. Okay, so that's a little jokey joke. But this state of mind is similar to what they call daydreaming or dreamlike musing or fantasy. But your mind ain't focused on what you're doing and something could go wrong. People stumble and fall. Why? They mind ain't on walking. They mind somewhere else. They just think walking and take care of stuff. Sometimes you got to pay attention. And when you're doing that, George got a record. Pay attention. Why? I can't afford free speech, meaning wasting my time. So pay attention. What I'm saying to you is important. This form of existence is what most people consider as normal. Everyday waking consciousness. Because they do it don't mean it's right. And they're doing so long that them still don't make it right. And you get used to doing something wrong, that means you're going to have a hard time with changing a bad habit. It is what people consider to be what? The extent of what? My human capacity to what? Experience or to be conscious. of your actions before you do them, while you're doing them. Not focus on something else while you're doing a certain action. That's not good. Meditation teaches you how to what? Focus. I know how to concentrate and do one thing till I get it done. Don't lose track of time. Don't get caught up in it. All right, I got a little more here to read. The normal state of human consciousness cannot and is not considered as whole. Why? Or complete. Because it is, if it was, there would be what? No experience of lapse of gaps of consciousness. None of them, I just fell asleep at the wheel. None of them, well, I drifted off. No, focus, mindfulness. That's when I call it being God conscious. I'm not just going to willy-nilly do something. No. Why? I'm focused on God conscious. I'm not going to react to something. Just do, again, situation, road rage. All those is just reactionary stuff. When you get better, I learned it, man, let that go. Why? You get yourself all riled up for nothing. That's why, and I've gotten better at that over the years, so I'm so past that. But this is all self-mastery. Why? You work on yourself. I don't need nobody to tell me what to do or how to be. Instead of giving advice to what to do, take that same advice and use it. How about that? In other words, every instant of consciousness should and would be accounted for. That's mindfulness. I reflect on my day and go back to what I did, how I did. Okay, good. I did everything I was supposed to do. That's check the list. Go down the checklist. Did I do the right thing? Yeah. Did I handle that right? Yeah. Did I do that right? Yeah. Did I handle it? Yeah. When you can answer that on the affirmative on a regular basis, that means you're living right. I hold myself accountable to my yacht. And there was no lapse in time. You be accountable for all your time. That's when you're focused. There would be no trance-like states wherein you lose track of time or awareness of what your activities, even if they are being performed. In the time of trance or lapse, no, full awareness or consciousness is not present when that happens. Otherwise, it would be possible to not be aware of the passage of time while you are engaged in various activities. If football players, basketball players, everything got a clock, everything is done by time. But in the mind, time means nothing. Eternity don't give a damn about time. Okay, that's the first thing. Time and space in this dimension means something to us. But the mind don't work in this time, the dimension. It thinks on this whole nother level. Understand that. They were teaching that. And your trance here should be differentiated from what you religious or your mystical form of a trance-like state induced through what? Meditation. Religious people, they go into that, but they start speaking in tongues, they get the Holy Ghost, the Spirit hit them, they get all that. I just meditate. Still myself and go within myself. Been doing it for years. I know that. And when it's used above, it refers to what? The condition of being so lost in your solitary thought as to what? You're unaware of one's surroundings and where you're at. We know everybody done that. In the game, time seems to stand still. Reality time, all of a sudden, you just things, I call it surreal. When you're performing at your best, it seems unreal to you. Everybody else is watching it in real time, but you're in a whole different mindset. That's called being in the zone. Okay? Playing basketball, playing football, when they be in that zone, you know. It may further be characterized, watch this, as what? A stunned or a bewildered condition, or a fog, a stupor, befuddlement, we call it brain freeze, dazed, muddled state of mind. All those is what? Losing thought consciousness. Most everyone have experienced this condition at some point or another in their life, which is, again, normal. What most people consider to be a woke state of mind in which life is lived in reality is only what? A fraction of the total potential of consciousness which every human being can experience for him or herself once they become what? Conscious of themselves. Wrapping it up with, they say here, so, therefore, it is said that those who do not have their minds, what? Under control, know themselves, are what? Not fully awake and not conscious of not being considered a conscious human being. If you don't know yourself, you're not conscious. I'm just saying, I just gave that mental illness concept. And if knowledge of self eludes you, if mastery of self is not on your agenda, reincarnation isn't the future for you. Well, no. You should know who you are before you leave here. The only way you're going to leave here out of this matrix of this is to know thyself. My job is to help you do just that. That's why I'm here every day doing that for you. And right now I got to go. Right thinkers, may you all live to be 100, 100 miles a day. So I never know my right thinkers who understand how meditation works and the process of yoga and passed away. I'll be right back. Hope you enjoying it. I'm enjoying doing it, so I'm having fun.